Good morning. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. I'm Chris Whelan, owner of WSI Digital Win. Excuse me. I only do what works as long as it works, and I only represent one client per industry vertical. So, what I wanted to talk to you about today is the interior painters market, residential painters, house painters, interior painters, primarily in terms of search keywords. There's a great opportunity here in Louisville. Search volume is really steady, up, robust, and it's currently still up because of home improvement projects being up in general for the search market. And as I said, I'm not currently representing a painter, an interior painter. I only represent one client per vertical. So I want to dig into why this is such a great opportunity for, now is such a great opportunity for painters to invest in testing some digital marketing. And if you are not in the painting, if you know painters, please pass this along. If you're not in the interior painting market, then you might want to take a look at my approach anyway, and let me know if you're interested in talking with me about your digital marketing strategy. So I'm going to share a screen and go through this quick presentation. And then, by the way, this is the approach I take with any business owner. So what I'm going to walk you through right now, these steps of looking at the market, looking specifically at the opportunity for interior painters right now, is exactly how I would approach our first meeting with my first meeting with any business owner, looking at their opportunities. It is research based, and it is opportunity based, and it is ROI, return on investment based. So let's dive in. As I said, I don't have a current interior painter client, which is why I'm digging into this market and share it with anybody who it applies to. As you can see here, I'll get back to this, but the search volumes, my approach in general, what is digital marketing? Put you in front of the people who are looking for you. That's your lowest hanging fruit. So I generally start with keyword research to look at, what that looks like. Here, just basically just Louisville, local to Louisville. By keyword, you can look at the seasonality of that search even by the keyword itself, other than the entire market. So I'll get back to this, but I think this is, kind of the crux of why this is opportunity right now for painters. Search volume is up. A little bit about me, 25 plus years in marketing and product development. I've been in digital marketing since digital marketing began, since Google started up. I'm a WSI digital marketing representative, which means I'm franchised with WSI to have access to 1,300 plus consultants globally in 80 countries. It is the largest, oldest digital marketing agency, and it basically gives me great access to some of the intelligence resources that I need to do my best work for my clients. That's my approach. Accountable, creative. It's not creative if it doesn't work. So enough about me. Let's get back to the topic of the day, which is interior painters, Louisville, Kentucky. This is a search for that term, right? And so at the top of a what we call a SERP, search engine results page, you have the PPC, pay-per-click ad results. There are only 3 there. Google will allow up to 4. So this is one of the very first things I see, is that it's not a fully loaded, fully competitive market in terms of the pay-per-click market. But these people have been there advertising. They've been there for a while, and I can look into exactly how long they've been there, and and how much they spend each month. Good insights, competitive insights for you, for my clients. These results, the organic search results, actually fall in under the Google local results. If I know you're familiar with the Google search page. The Google local results come from from completing your Google My Business profile It's free. If you haven't done that, you have to, but I'll be happy to help you out at very low cost to get this completed for you. You can do it yourself. It's not that difficult, but there are some missteps, and you want to avoid the missteps. So I'm happy to help you with Google My Business results, which gets you into they do a lot more than that. And it's another discussion, but that's how you get into the Google local results. And then when people call you and say, I can get you to the top of Google, this is what they're talking about, the organic search results. Some people just call them the SEO results. Search engine optimization, SEO, is how you get to the top of these. But market by market, it all depends. I mean, you can get to the top of these results quickly or possibly not at all. It all depends on what the market is. In this case, for interior painters, you've got Angie's List at the top. Then you've got Yelp. You've got CertaPro. So in some markets, you're going to have those directories pretty much sitting at the top of those results, and you can, register in those directories. It's not going to get you much traffic, but those directories will be sitting there. And if the best you can do is get to, let's say, the fourth, fifth, sixth position, in these, then be aware that about 90+% of clicks who get to this page, these results, are going to click from the top, including these pay-per-click ads, through here to the number 3 organic search result. So it's very important to realize, and if you are just jumping into digital marketing, you want to look at your best opportunities in this particular market, especially for painters, given, just what you see here. This is a good place to start, to test a PPC ad, to sit here at the top of the page, test a few different versions of your offers and of your language and of your appeals, and get some of that traffic, test it, and see what it does for you, and see how much of it converts into business, and then immediately find out what your return on investment is. We can get into cost benefit, cash flow here in a little bit. But first, this is what you're after. This is the search volume for painters, interior painters in Louisville. This is about 9,000 or so a month, and you can see this was March, April of this year. COVID, when pushing up those landscaping and home projects, pushed up painting as well. This is why I'm talking to you about this today, is because it is still a strong market for interior painters, and you want to be in front of these people looking for you. It's that simple. This is another view in Google Trends of looking at relative search term volume by interior painting, house painters, interior painters, trim painting, etc. And it has been up. You can see COVID did this. And this blue line right here is interior painters specifically. So it jumped up right before the holidays, people trying to get some projects done. So again, good opportunity. Another look at kind of an orientation into keywords. Again, about 9,000 right now searches in Louisville. That is a really good, strong, robust market. So you play the numbers game, the probability game, and getting in front of those. How much of that can you convert into traffic, into requests for quotes, and into business? That is the question. So a lot of these keywords are seasonal by keyword. And let's look at that for just a second. So painters, Louisville, Kentucky. And keep in mind that the time frame on this is the seasonality. This is actual Google search volume. And by the way, when I give you search volume, you're going to get detailed keyword data. If you were to go start a keyword Google Ads account by yourself so that you could look at this data, you would get ranges from like 10 to 100, 100 to 1,000. I'm happy to work with you to look at your research at the detailed level because I've been in Google pay-per-click since the beginning of it, and because I'm a WSI representative, I get access to these detailed keyword results. So anyway, you'll see that Search volume for painters. Louisville, Kentucky is up. It's peaking right now. Home Depot painter. You can see that that seasonality had peaked early on in the do-it-yourself phase of COVID, and then has dropped. So this is the interesting thing about these keywords is looking at, what is peaking. You can use that for pay-per-click campaigns. You can also use it for your social content calendar to know what to write about, what people are looking for right now, right? You start to get the idea of why this is beneficial. But look at what else is up. Louisville Painters, house painters. So these broad terms of people looking for painters. Again, this is why I'm here today. It's an opportunity, and I don't currently have a Louisville Painter client. So if you are one or you know of one that who I should talk to, happy to talk with them. Speaking of which, so if we look at those Google search results and who's at the top of it, as you saw, directories are at the top of it. Very difficult, if not impossible, to get to the top of that list as an independent, locally owned painter. These people, Days Painting, do a really good job. I think they're like in the fifth or sixth position or so, right? This is a tool that I use that looks into anybody, of what their indexed keywords are. This is their search SEO results. They're indexed keywords with Google and about how many clicks a month that they get out of it, and that they are obviously working on their SEO. You can see they're making some progress. That's great. If you look down at the specific keywords for which they're ranked, and their rank, number 3, 4, they are up 10 positions. They're obviously working on it. How many clicks are they getting out of that, per month, 5, 9 or so? With all of that traffic, if they are making that much progress and they're getting those few of clicks, it's because, go back to that one slide that I talked about where 90+% of that traffic will click from the top of the page, which is the paid ads, down to the number 3 SEO position, the organic search result, and they're beneath that. So as much as they're making strides in SEO, which is great, testing PPC would be a great strategy to force them to the top of the page and to get more of that traffic. So it makes a lot of people nervous, right? Business owners, PPC, pay-per-click. You mean every time somebody clicks on an ad, I have to pay something? Yes, and it varies widely, by industry. So for these particular terms, not all that much, maybe $1 or 2 per click. There are some industries that, particularly like personal injury, they're going to pay 25, 40, 50, $60. There's some industries where you pay over $100 per click. This is what my approach is all about. I take all of the costs of your project after I talk to you about what you need and what your project should be like, and what should be included in it. Transparently itemize all of your costs, and then we project based on keyword volume, search volume for your target keywords, how much of that traffic you could get. We put you on a budget for the first 2 months on a test PPC campaign, and then we estimate, what your return is going to be, based on your average net profit, per sale. So this is my offer. Normally it's going to be, let's see, $750 to set up a PPC campaign, and $750 a month to manage it, plus 15% of your Google click costs. That might sound like a lot, but we don't get into this unless we look at what your potential volume is and what your upside is, and we project positive ROI for you. Once you do realize positive ROI right out of the gate, then you just crank it up. You lift your budget, and you want to get all of those available impressions. And that's why those people who are already sitting in those spots, in those PPC spots, that's why they stay there. If they've been there for a while, you search for interior painters and you see that those people are always up there advertising. It's because it's paying off. So my offer is a $1,200 setup and manage for a 2-month test of pay-per-click for interior painters in the Louisville market. And so that's my current offer, to take let somebody take advantage of this opportunity, and let's get started. I'm not going to make this offer if I didn't think that if you weren't going to be successful right off the bat, and we would have months of great, successful, win-win relationship marketing together. And so that's what I'm all about. And honestly, I'm putting a lot more time into it than this. But again, it's worth it because it's a great opportunity right now. If you need anything else, a website or or optimization of your current website, an update, SEO. I'm affordable for all of those because I work efficiently and I do the least amount that you need to get the best benefit. And I will, put that in the model to talk you through that. But let's leave that there for now, and happy to talk with you about other components, other than the PPC test. But this is the offer for Louisville Painters right now. If you're in another business, let's talk, because this is the same approach I take to any business, looking at your realistic opportunity and only doing what works, and as long as it works. So we offer all of these other services, and it all depends on what you need. I won't get too far into that, but if there's not a great search volume, for example, for your business, then we don't want to put too much emphasis in a big, nice website. If it's going to get hardly any traffic, social marketing, LinkedIn, social selling might be a better strategy for you. Let's take a look at what your needs are. This is my overall approach. So research, primarily keyword research. What is your market? Your keywords are your market. You'll hear me say that more times than you probably want to hear. Your keywords are your market. That's one of my mantras. This, as I pointed out before, this is my own pro forma model that I've put together over the years, and going back to when I was doing product development, and it is a way of projecting, what your campaign is going to achieve. Therefore, mutual expectation setting for me and the client. This is what I'm all about: accountable marketing and accountable creative. And then afterwards, result tracking. So all of the contacts that you get, out of these campaigns. This is an actual just screenshot of some contacts for a client, phone calls and forms submitted through the website. We'll do it both ways, phone calls and forms, and we can talk further about that. But we track the results against the projections and against your revenue, and we only do what works as long as it works, right? So that kind of brings me back to the beginning, and I will stop there and basically again say happy holidays, happy new year from Chris Whelan, WSI Digital Win, from here in Louisville, proud Louisvillian, love to work with Louisville business owners and interior painters. It's a great opportunity for you. The search market is up, and I'm not currently working with a painter, so I'd love to speak with you. If you're in another business and you want to talk to me about your needs, love to speak with you. So signing off for now. Talk to y'all later. Chris Whelan, WSI Digital Win.